When Pharrell signs you at 15 and nothing happens. When Kanye West promises you the world and delivers only half an album. And when your husband's jealousy becomes more dangerous than industry politics. What do? If you're Teyana Taylor, you burn it all down and rebuild it on your own terms. This is the story of a woman who refused to be anyone's secret weapon and whose greatest revenge was thriving without the people who once held her back. December 10th, 1990, Harlem, New York. Teyana Taylor was born to Nikki Taylor and Tito Smith. Harlem wasn't just a backdrop for her childhood. It was an energy, loud, unapologetic, and full of ambition. From the moment she could move, she danced. From the moment she could talk, she performed. Stardom wasn't a dream for her. It was destiny waiting for the right moment. At just 15, Teyana signed her first record deal with Pharrell Williams' Star Trek Entertainment. While most teens were stressing about homework, she was recording music with one of the biggest producers in the world. Soon after, she appeared on MTV's My Super Sweet 16, showing off a lavish Harlem birthday celebration. But beneath the glitz, that episode marked her introduction to the entertainment world, a confident, talented teenager ready to take over. In 2007, Beyoncé trusted Teyana, still a teenager, to choreograph her Ring the Alarm video. That moment should have been the start of an unstoppable career. But instead, it was followed by delay after delay. Teyana's debut album was shelved, her label stalled, and the buzz began to fade. For years, she pivoted, modeling, choreographing, staying relevant any way she could. Then came another big break. In 2009, she signed to Kanye West's Good Music label. Fans thought this was it, the moment Teyana would finally get her spotlight. But again, nothing. Years went by. No album. The industry moved on, but she didn't quit. The whispers came, she's hard to work with. She missed her moment. But the truth? The industry didn't know how to handle a woman who could sing, dance, direct, and act, all at an elite level. Then everything changed in 2016. Kanye West released the music video for Fade, and Teyana Taylor became the cultural moment. Her performance, athletic, sensual, commanding, broke the internet. She wasn't just dancing, she was performing with purpose, power, and precision. Overnight, people remembered what Harlem already knew. Teyana Taylor was a force. The Fade video has since racked up over 100 million views, each one proof of her magnetism. But before that breakout, she finally got her debut. In 2014, after 7 long years, 7 was released. 7 years after signing with Pharrell, 7 years of frustration, but it was worth the wait. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard R&B/hip-hop charts and received critical acclaim. It was soulful, confident, and deeply personal, everything she'd fought to release on her own terms. Offstage, her personal life was blossoming. In 2013, Teyana gave birth to her first daughter, Junie, with NBA star Iman Shumpert. The delivery, in their bathroom, with Iman delivering the baby himself, went viral and turned them into one of the internet's favorite couples. By 2016, they married privately and their relationship became couple goals for millions. Their family dances, candid laughs, and shared success seemed picture perfect. In 2020, their second daughter, Rue Rose, arrived. To the public, it looked like a fairy tale. Professionally, 2018's Kate ESC, Keep That Same Energy, should have been another milestone. Produced by Kanye during his Wyoming sessions, it had all the makings of a masterpiece. But when it dropped, Teyana was blindsided. The final version wasn't what she proved. Tracks were missing, mixes unfinished. She called Kanye out publicly, one of the few artists bold enough to challenge him directly. That was Teyana in a nutshell, never afraid to demand her respect. Even when working with legends, she refused to be silenced. Then came 2020's The Album, and this time it was fully hers. Every sound, every visual, every decision. It was a triumph. The record debuted at #8 on the Billboard 200 and featured collaborations with icons like Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, and Erykah Badu. Each song reflected her growth, confident, liberated, and deeply intentional. But behind the success, her marriage was starting to unravel. While the world saw love and laughter, real life told another story. Teyana and Iman's marriage began to strain under fame, money, and the pressures of parenting. Rumors of tension, jealousy, and control began to swirl. By late 2022, they quietly separated. In January 2023, Iman filed for divorce. Fans were stunned. The bathroom birth, the family videos, the perfect partnership, it all crumbled. Teyana responded with her own filing, revealing a darker side of their relationship. She accused Iman of financial irresponsibility, jealousy, and manipulation, of undermining her career and forcing her to choose between motherhood and her art. Court documents painted a painful picture, a woman carrying the emotional and financial load, even as the world praised her husband. Iman denied everything, sparking a tabloid storm. As the divorce drama exploded online, Teyana chose grace. She didn't drag him publicly. Instead, she posted cryptic messages about peace, betrayal, and rebirth. The world watched, and for the first time, saw the pain behind her strength. The woman who'd spent her life performing for labels, for fans, for love, was done performing for anyone but herself. By mid-2024, the divorce was still unresolved, but something had changed. Teyana had begun a new chapter, one defined not by the men who underestimated her, but by the woman she'd become. That's where her next story begins, in her rebirth as an actress, a director, a mother, and a woman finally living on her own terms. To be continued. By the time 2024 arrived, Teyana Taylor was standing at a crossroads. Her marriage to Iman Shumpert was unraveling in the public eye, her divorce still ongoing, and yet, her career had never looked brighter. What could have destroyed most people only made her sharper, more intentional, and more unstoppable. The same woman who once waited 7 years for a debut album was now commanding every room she walked into, as an actress, director, and entrepreneur. This wasn't survival anymore. This was domination. In early 2025, whispers of a new romance began circulating online. Paparazzi spotted Teyana with British actor Aaron Pierre, known for the Underground Railroad and Rebel Ridge. At first, it was speculation, but by summer, the two confirmed their relationship, appearing together at several events. Unlike her high-profile marriage, this connection seemed quiet, grounded, and real. Friends said Aaron made her feel safe. No competition, no ego. Just mutual respect. He embraced Junie and Rue as his own, and for the first time in years, Teyana looked truly at peace. But her journey to peace wasn't simple. Before the world saw this calm, there was fire. In 2020, she shocked fans by announcing her retirement from music at just 30 years old. Exhausted by label politics and the constant fight for recognition, she told fans she felt underappreciated and tired of begging for support. Most thought it was the end of her career. But Teyana doesn't quit. She reinvents. Post-retirement, she pivoted to acting full-time, and the results were extraordinary. In 2021, she starred in Coming to America, holding her own beside Eddie Murphy and Wesley Snipes. It was her first major studio film role, glamorous, confident, and commanding. But her true breakthrough came 2 years later, in 2023, with the indie drama 1001. Teyana played Inez, a recently paroled mother who kidnaps her son from foster care to raise him on her own. The role was gritty, emotional, and raw, the kind of performance that forces the world to take notice. Critics were stunned. Variety called it a revelation. The Hollywood Reporter praised her authentic, heartbreaking depth. The film won the Grand Jury Prize at Sundance, and suddenly, Teyana Taylor wasn't just a performer, she was an artist in full bloom. From there, everything changed. She began choosing projects carefully, roles that reflected her truth. In 2024, she appeared in The Book of Clarence, a biblical comedy drama starring Lakeith Stanfield. She balanced humor, heart, and presence effortlessly. Behind the camera, she continued directing, crafting music videos for artists like Chloe Bailey and Janelle Monáe. Her visual style, bold, feminine, unapologetic, became her signature. Through her production company, The Antis, she started creating opportunities for young Black artists, especially women, to tell their own stories. Meanwhile, her music, the very thing she walked away from, refused to let her go. In 2024, she surprised fans by releasing new material and announcing a joint tour with Jeremiah called Later That Night. The performances were electric, a reminder that retirement, for Teyana, didn't mean silence. It meant freedom. Every beat, every step, every lyric was hers alone. Financially, she'd taken full control too. With an estimated net worth of $5 million by 2025, she wasn't the wealthiest celebrity, but every dollar was hers, earned on her terms. Acting paychecks, directing fees, brand deals, fashion partnerships, all flowing into a career built without a single gatekeeper. In contrast, Iman's estimated $16 million NBA fortune was tied to his past. Teyana's wealth, though smaller, was growing, steady, independent, and sustainable. Of course, controversy followed. There were whispers of tension with Lauryn Hill after a scrapped collaboration, and old rumors about a feud with Rihanna resurfaced, fueled by fan gossip more than fact. Teyana never entertained it. Women in this industry get pitted against each other for no reason, she told a podcast in 2024. I'm too busy working to beef. She also spoke openly about the darker sides of fame, body image struggles, postpartum depression, and the constant double standards faced by women in music. Even as the world admired her strength, she reminded them that resilience comes with scars. After giving birth, she faced scrutiny over her body and unrealistic expectations to bounce back. Instead of hiding, she used her platform to talk about motherhood's realities, inspiring countless women who felt unseen. Through it all, her artistry deepened. Whether through choreography, film, or fashion, she became the definition of creative control. No label executives deciding her sound. No producers editing her vision. No man defining her worth. Just Teyana, raw, authentic, and free. In late 2024, she began developing her first feature film as a director, a project exploring Black motherhood and legacy in Harlem, the very streets that raised her. She's also producing a docuseries about her life, from being a teenage prodigy to a cultural powerhouse. Industry insiders say she's poised to become one of the most influential multi-hyphenates of her generation. And perhaps the most beautiful part? Her daughters are watching it all. Junie and Rue are growing up seeing their mother fight, fail, rise, and win, without compromise. I want my girls to know that strength isn't about never breaking, Teyana said in a 2025 interview. It's about rebuilding yourself every time you do. So, what's next for Teyana Taylor? More films, more directing, maybe another album, maybe not. Because for the first time in her life, she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. She's no longer the teenage girl waiting for Pharrell to call, or the artist fighting Kanye for her masters, or the wife defending her marriage on social media. She's Teyana Taylor, actress, director, mother, visionary. In an industry built on compromise, she chose conviction. In a marriage that tried to dim her light, she became the flame. And in a world that told her to stay in her lane, she built her own highway. Teyana Taylor's story isn't one of comeback, it's one of reclamation. She didn't just survive the industry, she conquered it. That's not just a career, that's a